very happy to have you on here. And then, the whole point of this is just share your story, let people know like what Joe's all about, DJ Heavy Drizzle. Just to
Hell
get
yeah, man.
started,
Hell yeah.
how did you come up with the DJ name? Where did that come from?
um, it's kind of a funny story. Not really funny, but it came from my cousin. Um, I had flew down here from New York, to surprise him for his birthday one year, and we ended up just having a rager, and everybody was hungover the next morning. But it was me and him. We were both in the army, so we're always up early at sunrise. So it was just me and him in the backyard, and it had rained the night before, and it was a little wet outside. So he asked, "Oh man, do you know if it rained overnight?" And I said, "Yeah, I think it was a light mist." He goes, "Oh, I think it was a heavy drizzle." And I was like, "Oh, if I ever become a DJ, that's gonna be my name."
That's literally how it happened.
Yeah, yeah, it was just random, and I was like, "Oh, I like that," because I like the contrast, the heavy drizzle. It kind of plays off of each other.
Isn't it crazy like how people get their DJ names? It's just random, Like you don't gotta think too hard on it. It's just like if it sounds good and it feels good to you, like fucking go for it.
Hell yeah, if it sticks, it sticks. If it
Yeah.
catches you, and it's funny. I've gotten so many gigs because of that name. There are people that have, clients have come up to me and say, "Hey, the only reason I picked you out of the list of 50 is because your name was stood out to me."
That's interesting because like what we learned is like the DJ name doesn't really matter, Like, bro, I was at a Coachella at the Do Lab and this new DJ came up, DJ Uncle Waffle. It's not even a guy. She's a female. Fucking just playing like house, like Afro house style music. I'm like, damn, DJ name doesn't fucking matter for shit,
Nah, not at all, man.
right?
Not at all.
But it's nice to like if you're gonna choose something, like at least like let it mean something to yourself and like not be too corny. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna be your name for a while
For
unless you
a
brand
while.
change. You know what I mean?
And I actually thought about changing it and rebranding when I started Cosmic, but I decided not to. I'm going to keep that other alias in my back pocket for a special time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time to rebrand and there's time to just keep it. I think right now we just keep it. If it works, it works.
Well, that's the thing. It has we don't know if it's worked yet, so we're going to try to make it work.
Yeah, we gotta make it work. So let's talk about like how you got started in music. Like when did it all begin? When did you want to be like, this is what I want to do? I'm gonna pursue this like what you're doing right now.
So I would say it came in two parts. When I was older, my first rave, my first anything, was Swedish House Mafia at Madison Square Garden. Um,
Yeah, what year was this?
2000. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I got the ticket right here. I still got the ticket right here. So, December 16th, 2011.
2011, bro.
December
That's
16th, 2011 was my first rave. And it just so happened 8 Track opened for Swedish House Mafia. And 8 Track had such a profound impact on me that still to this day, he is my favorite DJ. He's the reason why I started DJing. My father was a DJ back in the day. Back in the day, he was a mobile DJ. He did weddings, sweet 16s, bar mitzvahs, all that good stuff. So when I was younger, I would go with him to gigs, and I would, back then it was CDs, or even back then it was like these little floppy disks that they used. I know a lot of kids today don't know what CDs are, floppy
oh,
disks,
they have no idea what a cassette is.
or a cassette. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, I would go with him to gigs and kind of got my feet wet, and he would sometimes let me transition songs or pick the songs pre warm up, as the party was just getting going. And then once the peak hour came, he would take over. So I kind of got my feet wet and dabbled very young at a young age, and then kind of, I would say, kind of forgot about it for a long time, up until about 2010, 2011, when I got back into it, and I just pretty much saw that rave and changed my life. I had no idea that there were events like that. It
Bro.
changed my life. I had no idea that there were things out there like that. So I said to myself, man, this is really what I got to do. And that was December 16th. On Christmas, December 25th, I got a DJ controller. I locked myself in my room from Christmas to New Year's Eve, and my first gig was that New Year's Eve.
Wow, that fast.
Yeah.
How did you even get that gig? Oh, because your dad was a DJ?
Yeah, I mean it was a house party, but it was like
Mm.
a pretty big house party back back in back then 2011 2012. Well, yeah, it was just a bunch of my friends, but it was my first gig, so it was good. It was a good turnout.
Dude, the first gig is always the best gig because, once you get those nerves out the way, you get that first couple songs going and you're just rolling. You're just like, let's fucking go. Everything's flowing. You got the vibes going. Everything feels good. It's like that's after my first gig, I was like, man, this is what I want to do.
You got the
Like
itch. Hell yeah, yeah, you
it
did.
not it literally bit me. 'Cause first thing, like, even when producing when I first started, once I got the bug bit, I was like, fuck, I've locked myself in my room still to this day, man, just fucking producing music, trying to learn, watching a bunch of YouTube videos, trying to improve, get better. But then you started like when you're super young, if your dad was doing it, so you kind of already had like the feeling of everything of like, just basics of DJing, like working a crowd, picking the right songs. That all that stuff's very important.
Absolutely. I mean, I back then I didn't say I knew how to read a crowd. I would literally just play my favorite songs. You know, back then, not in 2011, but when I was a child with my father, I'd play the Macarena. Just popular
Whatever was
songs that
fun,
I
right?
knew off the radio. Off of
Yeah.
Z100 back in New York. Um, but and it's still a thing now. But back then, he used to sign up to this thing called promo only. And what promo only is, and it's still a thing, but it's more now just streaming, where he would sign up, and every month they would send him a CD, and it'd be the top 15 songs of that month for July or June or August or
Mm.
whatever it was. So he would just give me a CD. I'd pick whatever songs. So I'd pick 3 songs off of this month, 3 songs off of that month, and I would just start playing.
So,
So it was a lot of Ricky Martin,
yeah. I
just
mean,
top 40.
when was this? Back in like early 2000s or like late 1990s?
I would say, yeah, late 90s even.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're the same age, so all
yeah,
like the popular songs back then was,
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't no fucking EDM house music. It was
No,
very like lot of pop, and
pop.
there's a hip hop going on,
A
some
lot of
Latin
Britney Spears.
influences, but it was a completely different time. So you said you came up as a DJ first. DJing was like the first thing that you got dabbled into before producing, right?
Yeah, yeah. I DJ'd between New York and Miami for almost a decade. I would say probably 12 years, and then I quit and during COVID. I
Uh,
had to get a real job, and I realized real quick that real jobs are not for me.
yeah, I 100% agree, bro. I'm still trying to find a 9 to 5. Like just working a 9 to 5 it's not for me, man. I gotta
Mm-mm.
be up like late hours at the club or like playing a show or something. So let's talk about like because a lot of people are DJs first. They go to DJ and they start producing. When did the producing aspect come into it?
So the producing aspect, I would say, came seriously probably 3 years ago. I knew eventually I would have to start creating and producing my own music to really, get my foot in the door. I didn't want to be a resident DJ at one of these clubs, in West Palm or Manhattan. Um, I wanted to be a touring DJ. I wanted to be on EDC. I wanted to be at Ultra. So and the only way to do that is to produce your own music. So 3 years ago, I would say I really kind of started dabbling with it. I didn't really know much. I started in Logic. Shout out all the Logic users. Then I quickly changed to Ableton,
Hey, bro, I'm still on Logic.
mainly because the automation is so easy. And then I never looked back, so I'm still on Ableton. Um, yeah, that's it.
So you had to think like, if I want to be a touring DJ or a touring artist, like people have to realize like it's so hard to just to be a DJ if you want to like get on that main stage, because you gotta have your own music, man. Like don't get me wrong, it's possible, but it's fucking hard to just be a DJ and be big.
I don't. It's possible, but you've gotta be. I think you've gotta have so many tricks. I think you got to be like James Hype. You have to have a
A real
shtick about
DJ.
you that just like people are gonna want to watch you. Like if you're
Like kind of like throwing a show, but in a DJ aspect. You know what I mean? Where you're doing like a lot of transition, cool tricks, like all
tricks,
like all
that's
that
where it's
stuff.
at.
But
Yeah.
when I go see like MK or like Chris Lake, I'm just there to vibe to his music. It's a completely different aspect to it than being just the DJ. Because you know, like it's like any kind of artist, like a pop artist, you're going there to listen to their music. You're there to like see them. You know, you're not there to like see some crazy transition like that James Hype does or whatever.
So let me ask you this: when aside from the EDM, let's say you go to see a band, right? And they're playing their favorite song or your favorite song. Do you want to see them play it exactly how it sounds on the album, or do you want to hear it play? You want to hear them riff and make put their own spin on it?
Definitely what you hear on the album, man, for sure.
Okay.
Because
See,
like you
I'm
said,
completely different. I want to
ah,
hear them riff because if I wanted to hear the album, what I would just go listen to the album. You know,
mm,
I want to hear their version and their remix and their specialty and their solo.
but like bands are a little bit different for me because like if I hear like I went to MK like not too long ago, he was playing 17, but he made a little remix of it, you know. But
Mhm.
obviously when I go see him at a Biff festival, I hear the original version. So I guess it just depends. Like EDM could be remixed and changed, but like a band though, like if I hear I don't know like. Oh God, like Red Hot Chili Peppers. If they played a different version of I don't know, Danny California or something, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's so funny that you brought up Red Hot Chili Peppers because on my wall right behind here is a signed set list from the Red Hot Chili Peppers when they played their set at the base of the pyramids.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They're probably one of my because before all the EDM and all that, I was like into band, hip hop, like early like late '90s, like all the emo bands and stuff. EDM didn't come to me till like later, bro. Like I was going to raise in 2005. Trance was king. Paul Van Dyke, Paul Oakenfold, Benny Benassi was like big. I didn't start listening to like house until like 2015, going like Dirty Bird events.
Dirty Bird. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm,
and I
I'm,
didn't
I'm kind of
really
the same way.
yeah,
Like I,
I didn't really know what house was. I just go like go to raves, just have fun. I don't know what I'm listening to. I'm just enjoying my time. You know, I didn't want to make house music until what 2021, and I was like making hip hop beats, and I was like,
damn.
this isn't this isn't too fun. I gotta find artists and stuff like that. Let me just try to make house music. Fucking fell in love, and here we are now, trying like making house music, trying to DJ and stuff. It's a crazy journey.
I started. See, it's kind of weird because when I did the whole DJ thing when I was younger, and then once I started growing up, like EDM and house music, it kind of like took. I totally forgot about it because from the time I was 15, 16, high school years, I was a hardcore kid. I was
Mm,
going to mosh pits. I was listening to hardcore metal. Like I had my hair was long. I think I've broken my nose like 7 times in mosh pits. Like
bro, you were you like a punk metal kid?
heavy metal. I was never like,
Heavy metal.
yeah, it was like more, screamo stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then like all of a sudden in early 2010, 2009ish, I would say, I kind of started that transition into the EDM with David Guetta on the radio and Afrojack and
Yeah, like
the
those
heavy
guys are
hitters,
blowing up in the
Hardwell,
2010s.
bingo players, yeah,
Yeah,
so like then I started transitioning into EDM, but like I come from a hardcore background, so like my drums and all my tracks, I would love heavy bass, not excuse me, heavy bass, double bass. I love double bass,
mm.
so I always try and throw some double bass, triplets or whatever in there.
Oh wait, did you grow up playing like any instruments? Or I feel like you were a drummer or something back then, or
I
I don't
didn't
know
I didn't
why.
grow up playing any instruments. I mean, unless you consider the recorder an instrument. I'm real good at hot cross buns. So if you ever need a remix, please anybody hit me up. Um, but no, I mean I play bass, guitar. I was in a band in my heavy metal days growing up, but I haven't really picked up anything
But you
musically
do
in a
know how to play
while.
some instruments because that does help when you're producing a little bit.
It does if you know musical theory, which I do not. So everything was like anytime I learned a song, it was all tabs.
Yeah.
Everything was tabs.
Oh, tabs, because I grew up playing the guitar. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
got guitars right over
Hell
there.
yeah.
And I remember like people like all the old school guys are like, "What the fuck is tabs? Like, give me the sheet music." I'm like, dude,
Can
like
you
we
read
grew up in
sheet
that
music?
era, and we didn't have really YouTube, so it was tabs, you know. That's
I can't read music for anything. That's why I only pick
bro.
tabs.
I've tried to read music. It's I can't sight read for shit. Like I'll know, like it takes me a while to like, oh, that's a B, that's a C, oh that's a C, like a major chord and shit like that. Like those people that just like sight read it and they'll start playing it like on the piano. I'm like, yo, you guys are
No, I can't do
fucking.
that.
I can't do that. Like, give me some tabs.
Yeah, tabs all the way.
Oh, that's crazy. Your influences are like kind of all over the place because you grew up with metal.
Metal,
And then you're
hip
like into
hop.
hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was too early 2000s. Like that was when all the Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop
50 Cent.
Dogg, 50 Cent. It's crazy how as we're growing up, we have so many different influences and like different styles of music. Like we weren't just stuck on like bands or just hip hop. Like EDM came. The EDM still is blowing up. I think. Oh, do you think EDM's like? It's probably like it's blown up. It's already blown up, and it's here to stay. Like nothing's. I think it's taken over. Like when was the last time you listened to like a hip hop album?
An album? Ah, bro. A hip hop album? At least it's got to be at least 5 years before COVID. Easily
Yeah,
before
me
COVID.
too. Like, I don't even remember the last time like a single came out, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check it out. Like it has to be out for like years, and then I'll just probably just check it out. But it's not the same anymore, man. Like even Coachella was a lot like very dance music heavy.
Yeah, I
You know,
saw
I
a
guess for
graph.
me,
I saw a graph that said it was like 45% electronic, I think it was,
yeah, dude.
or
And
even more. It's
bro,
crazy.
there's festivals everywhere, like all over the country. I didn't even notice it because like everything's on social media now, and people are like, oh, I've been to this rave in like Minnesota, New York, like Atlanta, like everywhere. I'm just like, this is it's a good time to be like a house or EDM
Yeah.
DJ producer.
It's a good time and it's a bad time because it's so saturated that like it's so
Yeah,
hard to just get your name out there. Everybody and their grandmother wants to be a DJ now.
yeah, but then like we said earlier, like we're producers also, so that's gonna be our little X factor where we can produce music and put it out there. So I don't know. I'm glad we both like found producing and like I fell in love with DJing later, but a little bit different.
But I got a question for you
What's up?
that has to do with producing. We obviously use DAWs and plugins and stuff like that. What do you think about AI and
I
all
mean,
this AI
music.
music? Yeah, all this AI music that people are making and
I
throwing up on
fucking hate it, dude.
Spotify and
Bro, I
telling people that
fucking
that's
hate
their
it. Like when most recently some AI bot got signed for like I don't know millions of dollars. I'm like, how the hell do you does that happen? Like, it's not a real person. Like, are they gonna go start playing on shows on stage and shit?
right.
Are people gonna pay like hundreds of dollars from fucking Live Nation and Ticketmaster scumbags to go see this like live AI
Bot.
generated bot? It's like it's lifeless. That's what I don't like about it. But one big thing with AI, it's still a tool. Like I don't mind like if you use it to like start an idea, get some motivation or get something going started. But in the end, like someone like an actual person should be making the music and be the face of the like this AI generated stuff. It's getting too much if it's overused. And bro,
I
it's
totally
fucking
agree.
crazy out there, especially on social media. Like how do you deal with your like social media like posting? Because I know it's fucking tough. I know how you feel on it. We talked about it before, but like how do you
We've
feel
talked
about it,
about it
man?
at lengths in person, over the phone.
Yeah.
I think social media is the bane of existence. I hate it. I think it's I think it's great if you use it correctly. I just don't think I think 90% of the world doesn't use it correctly. I think they're using it to, exploit, or they're using it to saturate or advertise, Yeah, social media is for advertising, but social, this whole point of social network is to be social and to, reach out and
Connect with people.
exactly. Thank you, Paul. Connect with people, but a lot of these people are just using it to bombard you with ads or bombard you with content that you don't care about. And then, the algorithm is, if you don't post every 2 or 3 days, the algorithm is going to push you in the back and forget about you.
Hey, that's a lie, bro. I've been posting twice a day. My algorithm still pushes me in the back.
Are you serious? Dude, you have
I
been posting consistently for like 4 years.
Yeah, so my social media thing, I started producing music in March 2021. I started posting content March 2022. So I did a year of shitty beats or shitty music. I was like, let me just get that out of my system. Started feeling kind of good with my music. Started posting. I post like once a day. I've been posting twice a day recently. I'm just gonna go hard in the paint with the social media because it's my way of putting myself out there for free, and you never know who it's gonna reach. Like some of my videos get like 2,000, some gets 500, some gets like 200, like whatever. I'm just gonna crank that shit out.
How do you try, or how do you balance, your life, your personal life, and your producer life? Because I find that it's, trying to work through, your personal life and produce music and produce content and, reach out to labels. It's just, I feel like I'm being left behind every time I scroll social media. Everyone's doing better things than me, and I'm like, damn.
Number one thing is you can't compare
I know, bro. I
like
know, man.
someone's step 25 to like on your step 5 or whatever, you know? I think the biggest thing is it's all about balance. Like, because for me, like I post so much, I'm like, and then I'm start checking like, oh, like how many views did I get? And once that happens, I'm like, okay, put my phone away. And sometimes, you start scrolling, and the next thing you know, it's fucking 2 hours past. You're like, damn, I just wasted 2 hours of my fucking life of watching some nonsense. So I think the biggest thing you gotta do is control and balance. Kind of like we learned in Cosmic, where after every hour, write down what happened. I started doing that a little bit more. And then I was like, after 2 hours, I'm like, oh my God, I spent 2 hours on social media. And then you read it over, like what you did. And then it's like, okay, I did an hour of producing. I did 2 hours on social media. That's way too much. It took 30 minutes of like coming up with content ideas. Writing things down is seriously so powerful. That's why Justin tells us to do it. Because instead of thinking about it, you actually see what you did,
Mhm.
like visually, and you're like, damn, I'm a scumbag. I just fucking did 2 hours on social media, of scrolling bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But
Useless.
yeah, I think the best thing too, and even like, let's say, I'll show you something. This is just like a thing, like a list of what I should do
That's your to-do list for what? Every day or just today?
every day. Make 2 beats, finish one house song, work out, take a walk, social media, apply to jobs, merch ideas, read a book, create a playlist. It's very general, and I try if I do like 3 out of the 8 things, I'm like, that's a good day.
Okay. I'm the same way, kind of. So I've got all these post-its here, right?
Yeah.
And every single day, I'll write like 5 or 6 things that I want to do for that day.
Hmm.
And if I, if I get at least half of it done, I consider that a productive day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, as long as you do something, like I posted something yesterday. Some motion is better than no motion.
Where's my phone? What does this say right here, my friend? I don't know. You probably can't see it. It says ugly action.
Ugly action beats perfection.
There you go, my friend.
Yeah, see? And then like it's good to like remind ourselves and like to just notice it, Like, oh fuck, like I didn't do anything, so I'm a scumbag. Let me do better, do better. Cause it's all about doing better and improving. Cause if you're just not doing shit, dude, you're fucking scumbag.
Absolutely. I feel like you should always be bettering yourself, whether it's learning a new skill or a
Hmm.
language or, working out, always be bettering yourself.
And
Once you start becoming stagnant, you become a piece of shit.
bro, then you're just like stuck in a hole. And I think the biggest thing is the awareness. Like when you're aware, like, oh, I didn't do anything today. I gotta improve tomorrow. Because tomorrow's a new day. Just because you didn't do something today doesn't mean you can't do it tomorrow. Just gotta pick up the pace. It's a marathon. It's a
It
marathon, not a
is.
sprint.
It is, man. And it's a long marathon.
A little too long. They say what? It takes 10 years to become an overnight success.
10 years, huh?
10 years. What's
Damn.
up to 10? Like 10 years to become overnight success. 10,000 hours of working on your craft.
10,000 hours. I wonder how many hours I'm at right now.
All right, Joe. So I kind of just want to like anything that you want to share about yourself that maybe someone might relate with, or something that you just want to let people know that what you're about.
Yeah, so I spoke about my heavy metal past and some of my favorite bands, Trivium, All That Remains, A Day to Remember. Parkway Drive, Lamb of God. Real heavy thrasher, kind of bands. Um, I was in the army for a long time. I was in the army technically for 9 years. I tell everybody 10 years because they made me wait, for so long that was an extra year on my life added. So I would just say 10 years. But yeah, I was in the army for a long time. What else about me? I was born and raised in New York. Lived there till I was 27. Came down to Florida 2014. I've been down here ever since. Thinking about making another move. I don't know what city though. LA sounds real good, my friend. I'll tell you that. Uh,
We talk about this.
yeah,
It's a lot to live here compared to where you're at.
it's a lot cost wise,
Yeah.
but if when I was there visiting you guys, I said I think LA. I feel like LA is like the beach version of New York because you guys got the city and then you guys got the palm trees.
But then we also got like LA, like county wise, it's just fucking. You go one end to the other, it might take you like I don't know, like 6 hours of traffic, some shit, or so
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's
that was
just
one thing I wasn't expecting when I went out there was the traffic. Like it takes an hour to get anywhere.
where else would you move though? I know you
That's a
were
good
born in
question,
New
man.
York, you were in Florida, so
So I left New York because I couldn't deal with the cold. Um,
mm,
I don't want to go somewhere cold again. I don't want to deal with snow ever again. Like I love Colorado. I would love to go move out there, but I can't do the snow anymore. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe Austin or LA or maybe Colombia. Who knows?
you kept talking about Colombia though.
Hey, man, I love that place. Got a special home in my
Got a
heart.
special place in your heart.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, you're always LA would be dope to have you locally. I think anywhere you move, like, I feel like it's all the same.
yeah. It
You're
is.
just gonna live life. You just might be paying a little bit more, but wherever you are, like, that's why I love the internet. I get to connect with everyone all over the world, bro.
And that's the good thing about social media is that you can connect with people all over the world and you don't have to leave your bedroom or your house, It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I definitely connected with a lot of people from all over the world, and then it's just crazy. I'm just because like I have to ask them like, oh, like where are you from? They're like, oh, I'm from Berlin, from Chicago. I'm just like, oh, damn, what time is it over there? Like I always kind of ask what the time difference and all that stuff. So that's the
That's
cool thing
awesome.
about meeting people all from all over the world. You never know. You come to LA, you gotta put people to hang out with. I go to Florida, I got someone to hang out with.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for you guys to come out here for Miami Music Week.
Yeah, Miami Music Week. That's in March, right?
Yeah, usually it's the last weekend in March and then it leads up to Ultra.
Yeah, I think we're all trying to plan to go, and I think I was just trying to go for like Monday to Thursday, just for not for Ultra. I don't need to go to Ultra, and just try to network, man. I've been meeting a lot more people. Just meeting people is your net worth is your network, right?
Absolutely, man. I like that saying.
But it's so hard to meet the right people, though.
Yeah, because you don't know who's blowing smoke up your ass and who's
Yeah,
legit.
dude. But it's like, yeah, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. The more people you meet, the more connections you have, and then some might be blowing smoke up your ass. Some might be like very legitimate. But I think you just gotta watch your back and see what happens.
Oh yeah.
When it's a bad deal, if it doesn't feel good, just walk away. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I believe you should always trust your gut.
Yeah, because I used to be like,
Always.
I thought every opportunity I had to take it because oh man, just starting out, I gotta just meet everybody. Now, like after meeting some bad apples, I'm like, you're bad vibes. I'm done with you.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of want to talk about since we were both in a Cosmic Academy, like what did you feel like I wanted to join the program?
So when I was producing, when I first started, I guess a couple years back, I'd always get to a certain spot or a certain point in my mixes, and I'd be stuck. I didn't know where to go from here, and it was like that for a long time, and I kept wondering why my tracks weren't, commercial quality.
Mm,
A friend of mine had told me about Cosmic back in 2017, and I had reached out and spoke with not Justin, excuse me, Zach, and I didn't really put anything towards it. We just kind of touch base. I reached back out to him January of 2020, right before COVID,
Oh
right
man.
before COVID, and never did anything with it
Mm.
because COVID happened. And then I was like, holy shit, how am I going to survive this? So I kind of put everything else on the back burner. And then 2024, I kind of was ready to get back into it and reached back out to Zach and got in. Surprisingly, I had to wait 7 months, but got in, met you guys, and it's been history ever since.
Wait, so you attempted to get in like three times, and the third time you got in. So 2017, 2020, and then 2024.
Yeah, and to be fair, I never really was. I wasn't really that serious about it in 2017. I didn't really know anything about it. Somebody had just, like I said, my friend had just told me about it. He was working in a studio, and I guess that's where he found out about Cosmic. And he was like, "Hey, if you have any questions, or if these guys put out really good producer tips, also, which they do, they still do. They're amazing." So I reached out and kind of just never really did anything with it. The price got me. But then I ended up just saying, "Don't worry about it," and just going full in, all in, and it worked. And I don't regret it at all because the people and the connections that I made from Cosmic are just second to none. I've got people all over this world that I can reach out to if I have any questions, if I ever need anything. Kirk has told me many times if I'm ever in Barcelona or Madrid, excuse me, if I'm ever in Madrid, hit him up. I got a place to stay. I got Christian Vels in Canada. Shout out Christian. And he said if I anytime over there, hit him up. Like Justin preaches, we're family.
100%, bro.
There's nothing to it. I feel at home.
Oh man, that's the biggest thing about causing for me. Like joining the community after, bro. It's like hands down the best community ever. And there's so many of us. I mean, I think there's like 1,000 plus students now,
Now, yeah.
and like anyone I reach out to, like even in their bios that's causing me, I'm like, hey, what up, fam? They're like, hey, what up, bro? Like, they're just connecting.
I love that that phrase that we use because as soon as you say "What up, fam," you automatically know
Yeah,
you're one of us.
yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah, I
That's
love it.
because everyone like I don't know, like reply to a story like, hey, bro, hey, fam, how you doing? I'm like, it's like, what's one big family? It's so crazy how I don't know. It's not really crazy. I guess it's just great that everyone's just good peeps like all around.
Yeah, I haven't met any bad apples, and I don't think I will.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think so
this.
either.
It's a testament to what Zach and Justin have built because if they were letting shitty people into their program, Justin would not allow or would not hold that barbecue at his house every year and invite everybody from all over the world to come. You know,
Yeah,
it says something about them.
it was really great to meet like Justin and the LA fam when I went to that thing.
Oh my
It
God, I
was
was
small.
so jealous.
It was like 40 people, 40, 50 people or whatever. But then everyone from LA. Obviously not everyone could make it. But just seeing Justin was pretty dope. He's like, Polly motherfucking P. And I was like, word, bro.
Bro, let me tell you, I had such FOMO with that event. I almost flew out there 3 weeks after I came home from LA. I almost flew out there to surprise you guys.
That would have been crazy. I mean, you live in Florida, so you went to Miami Music Week.
Yeah,
Was it this year?
yeah. I
Yeah,
go
this
every year.
year. Yeah, yeah. But you got to see like majority of everybody, or not majority. There's so many, but a lot of people who flew out there. And then
Yeah,
it was like a month after we graduated. It must have been nice to just meet people face to face.
yeah. It was good. It was a little overwhelming. I didn't know what to expect. There was almost 100 people there, or 120 people at his place. And
Yeah.
everybody was so welcoming, and I met people for the first time there, and we left Justin's and went to all the venues. We went to a hood politic party, and it was they brought me back to their hotel. It was just like a like we had met years ago. Like we were just reconnecting, and then it was a beautiful thing. So much fun.
I can't wait, man. That's I want to like do that whole Miami thing. I've never been there.
Bro. It's gonna be so much fun when you guys come out. Shout out Jackson Munn. He took me under his wing last year, and me and him raved all night at 1-800 Lucky. Man, it was so much fun. Shout out Jackson Munn.
It's crazy because now like it's been like oh what you call it? It's gonna be almost a year. I met so many of the fam like through social media. Just saying what's up. So like seeing them in person, it's gonna be like, hey bro, like that's kind of how I felt with the LA fam. It's funny. Everyone they're like, hey, you're Polly, right? I love your content. They all know me from the content because I post like fucking like twice a
Hell
day.
yeah. Hell yeah, bro. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but then they're just like, I love your content, like, it's dope to meet you and all that stuff. So I'm glad like we started connecting online and you meet in person and just like that confirmation of like, oh, like we are fam, like
Hell yeah,
nice,
man.
very nice to meet you in person. I always say this like shaking hands and like making eye contact with someone is way does so much more than any DM or email can.
Yeah.
That's why like going to Miami Music Week and going into all those parties, meeting A&Rs face to face. It's like, how many DMs do they get? Oh, I have some demos, they're like, oh man, fucking this guy again.
Well, make sure you bring your tracks down because a lot of the spots that we went to had demo drops.
Oh, dropping USBs?
Yeah, yeah. They had a couple spots in the corner with a computer and people with headphones, and you would just plug in your USB, and they would listen, and they would give you the stamp of approval, or they wouldn't.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah. Right there on the spot, listening parties.
Cause like, oh man, that's really cool. Cause like all these A&Rs, they probably get demos like left and right.
You probably get a
Once we
thousand a
reach
day.
out to them, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I would want to be an A&R just listening to music all fucking like people's demos all day.
Yeah, I feel like I would start to hate music, just listening to music like that, and people's shitty demos over and over and over. I feel like I'd start to hate my job.
Yeah, like, and then when you do find that diamond in the rough, like, how good does it have to be for you to be like, okay, this is pretty fucking good. I gotta take it to the higher ups. You know what I mean?
I agree. Like I think that the more shitty music you listen to, or you go through, it's gonna take one diamond to really like stand out because you're just gonna be like, okay, this is trash, this is trash, this is trash.
Yeah, exactly. And you know how like we learn like to kind of go to the source, like meet the actual like send it to the actual person who's gonna listen to it, not the demo submissions. And your track doesn't even have to be like the best. It doesn't have to be fucking animals or levels, It just it has to be fucking good.
And that's where I have to just turn my brain off because I'm a perfectionist and I will not let
Wow.
something leave my computer that I'm
Is,
not happy with,
is that
and
why
I
you
kind of
never
have
share your
to.
fucking music with us?
I it's I've got so much music on this hard drive that I just will probably never see the light of day because I'm a perfectionist. But
Really? Oh, you gotta. I'm realizing I'm starting to like collect a pile of my own music. I need to put something out there. I think next year my plan is gonna be my whole thing's gonna be these are songs that I've pitched to labels. No one wanted them. I'm just gonna self-release it and do like drop a song a month. But that's the whole thing. And then I don't know, maybe it blows up, and then like labels be like, actually, we kind of do want this. Can we release it
right,
on the label? You like have some pull. 'Cause I think at this point, music, I mean, it's a music business. I mean, these labels are here to make money. They're not doing it for kindness of their heart because the music's good. They're like, oh, I can make money off of this. Like, let's put it out there. Can you drop with our label? Take fucking 100% of our masters.
oh my god, imagine.
I mean, they do. That's what I'm like. I've learned it's a music business, so kind of think of it like a business. I mean, it is an art, obviously, but you know,
Yeah, you're
depending on what
giving
you
them
want to do with it.
your hard work. You're giving it away.
You're really giving it away, but I think it's there for the opportunities. Man, shit. I mean, one of my dream labels is Dirty Bird. You get on Dirty Bird, you can leave. Maybe I'll fucking play at Dirty Bird Barbecue, Monster
Monster
Cat.
Cat, baby, Monster Cat.
You know what I mean? I think Inson, Because you know, there's labels where you sign to, and I mean, Insomniac throws fucking how many shows a fucking year? You get signed to
I
Insomniac,
think
they'd be
they
like,
show
yo,
they throw like three a week at least.
and like half of them in LA,
Yeah, yeah,
because they own all the fucking clubs out here, or something like that.
it's crazy. I just saw something. There's gonna be an Insomniac event on Halloween here in Fort Lauderdale.
For real?
Yep,
Oh,
yep,
oh,
yep.
oh no, you're talking about a Dirty Bird event last time we were
Yeah,
partying.
the Dirty Bird that was in Orlando. The Dirty Bird campout.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah,
that's
home base.
those are the fun ones. I don't know what it is now. Dirty Bird kind of changed a little bit, in my opinion. They weren't what it was when Claude Von Stroke was running it. But you know, I mean, it's still fun. It's all about having fun.
Have you tried to reach out to any of like the camp run labels? You
What do you mean?
like Dirty Bird has smaller labels or any of these like Insomniac or man, I can't remember what are these
Like
names.
sister labels?
Yeah, like smaller labels that are just run by either artists or like I know that's the big thing right now is like a lot of artists are starting their own labels like
Oh,
Abo and Leighton Giordani.
you know, I'm kind of going off of like what we learned by like shedding love and trying to build relationships. But that's tough, man. Like, me reaching out to somebody and they're like, they don't know me yet, and I'm like trying like every week just to, like start a conversation, and if nothing picks up, then it's like it's not. I don't want to say it's pointless. It's just really hard to get in connection with certain people because if they don't like even your vibe, maybe they weren't feeling good that day. They I don't know, something happened to the
They got a
family or
ticket.
something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're like, I don't want to deal with this guy, and you're just like, like keep trying, obviously, but man, that's hard. So I'll just send it to like demos and like whatever emails, like a Gmail or something. But no response, get ignored, or there's like, oh, it's not for us. Your sound is good, and they try to sell you a course or something. Hey, oh, dude, did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know what? At the LA Cosmic Meetup, I was talking about that, and one of the other fam was like, "Hey, was it this label?" And I was like, "How the fuck do you know?" He's like, "Dude, same thing happened
They
to
did it
me."
to him too? No.
Yeah, it was. I started laughing so hard because I can't believe
Crazy.
it happened. That's I'm not gonna say the label, but it was a pretty good label. They got some good tracks out there, but like I said, it's a business. It's a fucking business.
How often would you say, like a percentage wise, would you say when you send music to labels, you don't get a response at all? You're just ignored.
Oh man, I want to say out of 100, I want to say like 25% don't, or no, don't no response.
Yeah, that
Oh,
gave you no response at all.
75, 80%.
Okay. Damn. Because I haven't even started reaching out to labels yet. I'm kind of keeping everything in my back pocket like you are and waiting for Miami Music Week.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
still do the label thing. It's just I'm trying to make so the end of the till the end of the year. I'm making content twice a day and a track a week until the end of the year. And I'm not gonna. I mean, not every song's gonna be a fucking banger, but at least I have like multiple tracks I can be like, oh, this one's better than this one, whatever. And there's 3 months left. That's 12 tracks I can probably make, and just put them in my back pocket. And then when New Year's comes, I'll try to do the. I mean, to get whatever song that I do want to release, I'll self-release if no one signs it. And by the time Miami Music Week comes, I'll have a bunch of music that I'll be like, oh, we're going to this party. I know these tracks will probably work for that. Like, just give them a USB or something. It's a fucking grind, dude.
I plan on just going down there with a bucket full of USBs and just handing them out
Fucking
to
passing
everybody.
out his Halloween, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like Halloween candy. Just
Halloween.
start throwing them out.
Hey, oh man, have you seen? There's Dylan Francis for last year Halloween. He made candy bar USB sticks with the songs on it, and he was giving out. It was a joke. It was probably like it was making it for content. You should do that. Get like not just regular USBs, but something kind of unique. And if you're giving to A&Rs, like think about it, they have like a handful of USBs. You're gonna pick the one that's kind of unique, and it's a candy bar.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm just saying,
Yes.
because everyone has basic like the black USBs, but if it's a candy bar, yeah. Let's talk about your Twitch. I know you're streaming. Like what made you decide to start doing that? Where did that come from?
So I'm not really playing shows now, and I feel that DJing is a skill that if you don't use it, you lose it. Um,
It's like riding a bike.
yeah, so you got to stay proficient and you practice. So I figured if I'm not going to be out there playing shows, I might as well stay proficient. I've got an entire studio here in the house. I've got all this equipment behind me, so I said might as well do something with my time. So I stream on Twitch and YouTube, and there's this new site called LFG.TV. It's a new up and coming live stream site for DJs. They pay you. It's endorsed by DJ Jazzy Jeff, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty legit. They got a couple pretty big DJ sponsors that have endorsed it. But Twitch, YouTube, LFG TV, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I know that doesn't work out for you guys on the West Coast. You guys are still
I think I
sleeping.
caught like one of your streams like the last 10 minutes.
And I try and keep it. I try and keep it light. Anytime if you can't catch the stream live, I always record them and throw them up on YouTube afterwards. Mondays is like I call them melodic Mondays, so it's kind of low key, deep house, kind of something to get you
More
through the
chill.
on your Monday morning, kind of
Yeah.
easy. Then Wednesday is more of like a opening set or not like a support act, kind of get you through the hump day. And then
Hmm.
Fridays is my specialty, is which bender bangers every Friday is just main stage, fist pumping in your face.
Yeah, because your videos pop up on my algorithm on YouTube, so I'll go check it out for like a little bit. Just kind of skip through it. I'm just like,
Yeah, and
oh, it's party. It's Friday. It's party day. Oh,
it's party
melodic.
day,
Yeah,
baby. That's right.
just chill. Hey,
And
but you've been very consistent with that, and that's gonna be everything. And now I know you were saying like, man, like I wish the whole world was able to see it, but it is out there for the whole world. They just haven't seen it yet.
eventually they'll see it.
Eventually, but man, consistency is everything, and you've been very consistent with this. You've been doing it for a good, I want to
Eight
say like
weeks.
8 weeks. I feel like it's been
Eight
longer,
weeks.
but you were
Eight
doing it
weeks.
every day at one point.
I was, and then it became
Out
too much.
unsustainable,
Every day
right?
it was too much, man. It was way too much. And then so because I record, right? So I'll record the sets, and then immediately after streaming, I'll sit down at the computer, I'll chop up the set, make clips of it for shorts on YouTube, and then I'm starting to edit content. And it becomes a full-time job at that point, editing content, putting out content.
100%, dude.
Being a content creator is a full-time job. It is outrageous. I
100%.
never thought it'd be this intense. And
Man,
I'm not a content creator. I'll tell you that first off. I'm
yeah,
not.
but you're kind of learning, so, like what it takes. It's a lot. Can I ask you this? You think being a content creator is harder than a 9 to 5?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Because at a 9 to 5, you know what you're getting yourself into every single day.
You clock in,
You
you clock
signed
out.
up for it, and you know what lies ahead. With content creation, you don't know what's happening any day. You got to be the one to think of the ideas, and that's where I fall flat on my face because I have no idea what I should be posting on for content. And I think a lot of producers out there struggle with this. They don't know what to post because they think, and I struggle with this as well. Like, I don't think I'm that interesting that people care enough to watch me on social media. But then again, I skydive, I ride a motorcycle, I do all this
Bro,
crazy.
you have an interesting life, bro.
I
Like,
I, I do, and I have all these crazy hobbies, and I like to say I'm an adrenaline junkie. Um, I don't know what to post.
man, I'll tell you what to post. This is the easiest thing that any artist, producer, DJ can post is literally talk about your story. Any story. You can just be like, yeah, so today I was listening to my new mix and I was going 100 down the freeway on my motorbike. But yeah, I do ride a motorbike. you know? And then, like, talk. That's what I'm learning. Storytelling is everything. Because people care about a good story. Like, man, oh my God. For example, shout out Sammy. Fucking had a stroke. Almost died. Came back. Now he's making music. I mean, who doesn't love a good story, Don't
I
don't
love
don't be
Sammy, man.
like,
Shout
oh
out
no,
Sammy.
I'm from Miami. I'm a DJ. Like, listen to me. Like, no one gives a fuck about you, but they might give a fuck about your story. Yeah, I was in the army for 10 years. I ride a bike. I love to skydive. I do this. They'd be like, oh damn, that's kind of cool. So, and then that's the hard thing is a lot of people don't can't talk on the camera and make a piece of content because they're like, I don't like the sound of my voice. I look stupid. I'm cringe,
That's
bro.
another thing. Cringe.
Bro, if it's cringy, post it. If it's more cringy, you should definitely post it.
That's what
But
they
yeah,
say.
yeah, that's what they say. That's why it's the biggest tip I can give out on this podcast is storytelling. In any like, bro, all the videos that I do that storytelling, it's like even the simple ones where I just posted one. It says went to school for an accounting degree, but follow my passion as a DJ producer. Fucking like 100 likes or whatever. It's like it's a story, but it's a little bit piece of information about me that maybe someone didn't know about. You know what I mean? So think about that.
It's crazy. Yeah. I never, I can never put that personalization of my story with
Content.
that, with DJing or with producing. I find it hard to connect those two.
Mm.
I'm gonna start watching more of your content. Just gonna
Hey,
start
bro.
biting
I
on your
mean,
content.
you know, you got. I mean, you got. You just hit me up. We can talk about it. We'll talk about it after this. So I
So
kind
it's
of.
it's funny that I want to go back to this DJing thing because I know you not started, but you recently had a DJ gig, and we were talking on the phone, and you're saying that you don't or you used to not use cue points.
Bro, oh my God. You know how I got started into DJing? I think a year ago, a year and a half ago, my friend bought an XGJ, an RX3 or whatever. He was getting to DJing, and I was producing music, and I was just like, oh, like that's not that interesting to me, you know? It's like what, just playing music, you know? Like, but they taught me. They're just like, oh, this is how you a beat match. You know, there's the cue points, dog wheel, and all this stuff, looping and all that stuff. And then with anything I get into, I just jump right into it. And then I learned the hard way. Even with Sammy, when I was DJing with him, he's like, "How the fuck do you DJ like that?"
Bro, okay, so this is why I brought this up, and it's so crazy because I went the other day I think on Friday, I was like, yo, I feel like Paulie when I'm DJing because now that I'm streaming more often, I signed up for that Beatport streaming subscription where you can stream all of Beatport's hundreds of thousands of songs, whatever it is. Cool, great. They give you access to all their music, amazing. But what they don't tell you is that you cannot analyze or you cannot set up your own cue points.
You're DJing
So,
blind.
so you're going in blind, and that's not good. So when I can make my playlist in Record Box, and then when I go to sign in on Beatport on my XDJAZ, the playlists are there, no cue points, no analyzation. So anytime I load a track, it analyzes it there on the spot, and I
Mm.
got no cue points. So you'll notice if you watch my streams the last week or two, you'll see that my transitions are a little off because I don't have a way of knowing where the vocals come in or cue points are set. Because when I analyze a track, I'll throw 4, 5, 6 cue points every 30 seconds, and let you know, okay, this is when the kick comes in, this is when the bass comes in, this is when the vocals come in, and I set up every single track like that to know. Not with Beatport.
Yeah, for me though, like when I was DJing, I was just doing it for fun, and then I learned, like when this song's ending, this like part of the song should come in. So like when I'm DJing like that with no cue points, I'm just like listening. I'm like, oh, this spot looks good to do it, and I'll loop a lot, like an 8 bar section, 4 bar section. But then with the cue points, it's a little too easy now. Like I'm like, oh shit, it's ending. Like I just like cue it up, mix it in, and like easy. But man, I see why people do it because it just makes everything smoother transition for sure.
You know what else
Yeah,
makes smooth transitions?
yeah.
The sync button.
Okay, if we're about to end this, what is your take on the sync button? This is controversial.
You ready for it?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
fucking ready for it. I know my answer.
Use it if you need to. it's there to be used. Technology is growing, and just use it. Stop being, just fucking use it. I know a lot of DJs will look down on you if you use it. Bro, I can tell you firsthand, I know how to beat match. I've been DJing for 12 years. I'm doing too many things behind the decks to beat match. You know, I'm paying attention to the crowd. I'm paying attention to my EQs. I'm paying attention to the effects. I'm paying attention to 3 decks at one time. I don't have time to beat match. I'm going to be completely honest. I use sync. Heavy Drizzle uses sync. Yes, he does.
I haven't used
Sometimes.
it yet, but I know it's there. If you use it, who the fuck cares? The it's
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 not
not
that
it's not,
serious,
not about
guys.
your it's not about you. It's about the crowd. It's not if they're vibing, having fun. You're playing the right music. The vibes are high. Everyone's drinking, dancing. That's all that fucking matters.
A wise man once said, it's not about how cool you look behind the decks, it is how you make the crowd feel.
100%.
That wise man was Taylor Torrance. Shout out TT.
Shout out to Taylor, man. All right, bro. I guess just kind of end here. Just last thing, except for the sync quote. Just any last piece of advice you want to give out to everybody, anybody's watching this.
Yeah, man, absolutely. This producer game can be strenuous, could be taxing, could be stressful. Uh, there are going to be days when you want to give up. There are going to be days where you want to quit, and you're going to be stressed out. Don't give up, man. I promise you, it's worth it. The more you put into it, the more you will get out of it. It don't just rely on yourself. It takes a community, and that is what Cosmic is about. This is not an ad. This is just the truth.
It's just facts.
It's just facts. Thank you. Just facts. Don't give up. It's tough out there. It's stressful. Social media will tell you, don't do it. And they're right, but it's worth it. Do it.
Yeah, bro. Wise words. Thank you so much for being on the pod. We
Thank you,
definitely got to
Paulie.
do
Thank
this
you.
again in the future. And yeah, thank you so much, bro.
I appreciate you, brother. I can't wait to see you.